Okay, look, after the last Apes trilogy, I found it really hard to root for the humans. I mean, obviously. But then some time passed, I heard about this movie, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll root for the humans. You know what I mean? Go for the home team. But damn it, I think I'm rooting for the apes again. I think they got me. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes from director Wes Ball. It's currently a standalone sequel to War for the Planet of the Apes, even though we all know this is going to be a trilogy. But it's the fourth film in the new reboot Apes franchise, and it's time to review it because I saw it. Guys, I'm not monkeying around, okay? But before we dive in, just a quick reminder, this is a spoiler-free review, so no worries there. Also, if you could really just take a quick look down at that like button and then hit it, and then click subscribe if you're new here. Honestly, my friends, leaving a like really helps out my channel, so it would mean a lot if you could just chimp, I don't know. But wow, oh wow, I kid you not, guys, I got out of this movie and this lady came up to me and she was like, was it bad? And I was like, no! It was freaking good. Like, seriously, this film was an absolute delight. I have to admit, heading in, I was a bit nervous. I consider the War trilogy to be one of the best and most complete trilogies of all time. You heard me correct on that. Like, I was a fan of Rise, but then when Matt Reeves stepped in for Dawn and War, he just took it to a completely new level. He elevated Planet of the Apes to a place that I didn't think was possible. They look great, they sound great, Michael Giacchino's score is freaking breathtaking at times, and then the character arc of Caesar is just peak stuff. And then when I heard they were making a fourth one, you know, a new one, I kind of got a bit of an attitude because I was like, please don't ruin this thing that I loved so much. And I've since grown up a lot. This was like 2 weeks ago. And I started to anticipate this quite a bit. You know, there's a lot of factors going into this. We knew that Matt Reeves was not returning. He instead chose vengeance. And now we have Wes Ball, the man behind the Maze Runner trilogy. And those movies are funny because anytime anyone dogs on them, I'm always like, they weren't that bad though. They're actually kind of good movies. His next project also is going to be the Zelda movie, which is, that's crazy, man. Like stepping into the Planet of the Apes franchise and then into Zelda, like that's crazy. Planet of the Apes 2, Ganondorf's demise. But I was curious to see what this story was going to look like, and if you're worried about that at all, I'm here to tell you, you can relax. This movie's like feeling, it picks up right where we left off. I'm saying feeling and the quality of the film because the story actually picks up 300 years in the future. And so this is very much, and you get this feeling straight from the beginning of the film that this is setting the stage for more Planet of the Apes stories. But you know, you're thrown in, you're quickly introduced to a lot of characters, most notably Noah, played by Owen Teague. And just so you know, they don't go the route of being like, this is Caesar's great grandson, and he's the chosen one. Instead, we're just kind of thrown into this story of this random ape and this world and community that he's a part of. They spend so much time just setting the tone and allowing you to live in this place for a bit so that by the time things do start happening, you're like, okay, cool, like here we go. I do think that some people out there may end up complaining about the length of this movie as well as the pacing. If you're somebody that gets bored easily and you just want like an action adventure from start to finish, you may find yourself drifting off a bit at times, but trust me, when this movie picks up, it freaking picks up. And I found what they did with this plot so dang interesting. There's a lot to chew on. Caesar's legacy has been passed down from generation to generation, and you kind of get the feeling that that's what would happen. He was the first elder, so to speak. You know, he's the one who started it all, but over time, that becomes more and more kind of like a messiah. And in a similar way to any story of like a deity or to any religion, things can be taken the wrong way, and that's what brings us to Proximus Caesar, the big bad in this movie, played by Kevin Durand. And what the freaking hell, dude? Like, cast this guy in everything. He's honestly having a great year right now. He was in Abigail, if you guys saw that, and then he's in this. But like, I need him in the next Avatar or something. His voice was so damn menacing, and obviously it's motion capture, and so just his movement and aura was larger than life. Backstreet's back. Hey, also, I'm just remembering and seeing here on IMDb, he was in that movie I Am Number Number 4. Do you remember that movie, I Am Number 4? But Proximus delivers his messages almost in this like preaching manner to his followers. I'd almost compare him to like Jim Jones or David Koresh, you know what I mean? Like these big famous cult leaders. It feels very cult-like, you know? Everybody's just going along with whatever this guy says because he's all they have, and so they're just trusting blindly in him. And what really throws a curveball at you is they showcase the good and the bad with the apes, but then there's also just this human, May, played by Freya Allan, and so that's what I mean about this is all leading somewhere, because when it comes to the twisted and mashed up history that these apes have been told versus the fact that humans do still exist on this planet, and they used to dominate this planet. The roles used to be reversed, you know what I mean? It begs the question, and I think this is a question that all of the Planet of the Apes films end up asking, but this film really hones in on it. Can humans and apes coexist harmoniously? Is that a possibility? Caesar certainly thought so, and where this is all heading, just because of all that, is really, really exciting. And I think things are going to be on a more epic and just a grander scale than people might anticipate. It could get crazy. I'm thinking big battles, apes versus humans. Let's freaking go. Oh, but also another character that I forgot to mention, but I need to mention, is Raka, played by Peter Macon. And he's very much just like a rock holding down the truth behind Caesar's teachings and life. And I don't know, I just love that big dude. I really do. But you may be asking yourself, does it look as good as the other films, more specifically Dawn and War? And I just want to say yes, a million freaking times yes. These apes look real. They look like really real, to the point where you're like, damn, yeah, that's just a monkey on the screen. That's crazy. You half expect David Attenborough just to like interrupt the scene sometimes and be like, the apes are living a curious life. But another question I've seen people talk about and kind of throw around is like, was the composition, was the score as good as, say, Michael Giacchino? And I don't know, I feel like it's a bit unfair to even compare. Giacchino's like one of the best, and he's established himself as that, and this is just giving the opportunity for a new composer to come in, and I thought, honestly, in my opinion, I thought he did a really good job. John Paisano is his name, and yeah, I don't know, he held it down. He really did. He left a lot of connective tissue in there while also being new and different where he wanted to. And so fingers crossed, if another movie gets made, he would have a little bit more creative freedom to really just expand, and we get to see where his talent really lies. I guess moral of the story with that one is it wasn't just like a total botch. Like, the score was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, final thoughts. The third act is something that you don't want to miss with this movie. It's action-packed, and through it all, quickly, you just find out that Noah is your brand new favorite character ever. And he might be the man to build an ark for these apes. See what I did there with the Noah? With Noah building the ark, kinda? But as always, guys, I do have to give my Jones Vibe star rating. This is based purely off of my enjoyment level, so I'm not giving like a critical evaluation or anything. This is basically just what I thought sitting there in the theater, and I gotta give Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes 4.5 out of 5 stars. No doubt. But now I want to start the conversation. If you plan on going and seeing this movie, please let me know that down in the comments right now. If you've already seen it, let me know what you thought. Leaving a comment also really helps my channel. It helps me get pushed in the algorithm, so I very much appreciate it. But I also just really want to start a conversation with y'all and talk about this movie because I freaking loved it. But also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Click on another video on your way out. If you want to reach out to me, I'd love that. You can reach out on X at Jones Vibes Only, and don't forget to keep up the good vibes, guys. But that was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.